Tune in now, hey, don't you know? It's anything goes with Richard C.W. Mason Show. Talking about life, talking about dreams. In a world where nothing's what it seems. Anything goes with Richard C.W. Mason. Conversations hot like summer blazing.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Anything Goes with me, Richard C.W. Mason. And on today's show, we are joined by the fantastic, the lovely, the very talented Penny Ellis. She joined me earlier in the year and we did a podcast about Big Brother and what her time was like in Big Brother in 2001 and what life has been like after. We also talked about the book she wrote, Meet Me at the Mirror, and lots of other things. Today she joins me again to choose her sounds of the decades, her favourite songs from the 80s, 90s, noughties, and we're going to have a good catch up. If you want to listen to this show with the songs included, I'm going to put the link in the description because the full show was originally put on G-Town Radio for the Sounds of the Decades with my show there. But I'll put the link if you want to listen to with the music. But this podcast, unfortunately, is just the interview, but it's the full interview. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Penny Ellis. Welcome.
Wonderful to be back, Richard.
Brilliant to have
I
you
must say,
back.
best podcast ever.
Yeah.
I listen to them and they're so delightful. They're so chatty and you just feel so safe and you leave there with a warm, happy feeling. What a joy. You are really gifted and thank you so much.
We had great fun. I can't believe it's gone so quick. It was January, wasn't it, when we did the podcast about Big Brother and what you've been doing?
Yes. And I was so nervous. I didn't know what you were like. And what a wonderful, wonderful man and beautiful, absolute atmosphere of loveliness. Thank you.
Thank you. The check's in the post.
Great. Yes, please. Double figures.
So today you're joining us to pick your favourite 12 songs. So what sort of music are you into to start with? What sort of genres do you like?
Well, I like the 80s, darling, because I was at my best.
80s.
I crimped my hair and ironed it with the iron.
Wow.
And I danced. I didn't care about anything. I had no worries. It was blissful.
The 80s were great. That is my favourite decade as well. 80s and then the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, no. 90s were a bit much for me.
Don't have any bands that you sort of followed in the 80s? Were you Duran Duran or were you?
Yeah, and I used to dress, well, Bananarama, I used to dress in that. Used to wear my old dad's vests, the white vests.
Oh, right.
Wrap around a scarf and wrap a scarf in my head. Load of Boy Georgie stuff. And Adamant had my knickerbockers with the gold. I loved them with the big gold button. I was really adamanty. And yeah, loved all that. Loved it.
Yeah.
Fame, I'm going to live forever. Didn't know that was going to happen to me.
Oh. So, what is your first song of the evening and why have you?
Well, it's the honour to my cat, Soswaze, who died suddenly. He had COVID. And he looked at me and he died. And it took me 5 months and my hair went white, which means I don't have to highlight it anymore. So it's The Cure, Love Cats.
Oh, The Cure, Love Cats. Wow.
Yes.
And what?
And I found them both. And that song is dedicated to both of them. And they came out of a black bag in I rescued them and they became my little children I never had. And I've had a massive journey with them. And I loved Saucy. And I had to make an ear. We were talking about curtains being open, so I had to make I was wearing an eyepiece on my face, but Saucy was interested. Well, Saucy would get me up at 4 every morning by scratching my eyelids.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so I'd permanent scratch on my eyelids till my husband Mark said, "I don't think this is normal." So I made a padded eye patch. And I thought that's better because now, it's dark in the bedroom. But then Saucy realised that he could put his lion claws in and ping it because it was an elastic.
Oh.
So that was lovely. So and then he realised he could scratch my lip. So I'd like sort of a lip rip for years, but I loved him. So so this song is my little tulip. I've still got Sweetie. She's fabulous. But this song is my little babies. They're my little babies that I absolutely adore. They have everything. They've got their scratch boxes, and they've got their games. And I read a book called You. I don't want to go on too much, but I read a book saying a cat is, what is it? Something that a dog like a cat is. I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, and I taught them. So in the morning, I'd get up 4 o'clock, and Sossie would have Aldi prawns. He only liked the Aldi ones, not to promote Aldi. And I had to throw them, and he'd catch them, and then he'd go in his cup and flick his prawns everywhere. So all sorts of everything. I've never known animals like it. Once you know an animal, you it's amazing. And this little one now left, she's embraced her new life with me, and so love cats. It is absolutely beautiful song for anyone that likes cats
So,
and loves their cats.
yeah, I'll let you introduce this first song.
The Cure, Love Cats.
So that was The Cure, Love Cats. Great song there as Penny's first choice of the evening. So, what is the next song you've got on your list of your songs from the 80s, 90s, or noughties?
Oh. My next song is Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, great song. Been used in a few films, this one, hasn't it? What?
It's been used in loads. I know, I love it. And every time it comes on, it just gives me a jig in my step.
Yeah.
So if I'm sort of a bit exhausted or whatever, I just think I start doing sort of a jive, even though I haven't learnt jive. I'm so excited. Oh, and I get all stretchy on myself. And my life changed in 2020. So and when I met you as well.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of all the people that have come alongside me since 2020 when I finally reached out and got myself together and then wrote my book and sorted myself out.
Great. So,
So this is my Saxon song is Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited.
so that was the Pointer Sisters. So excited. Another great song. So, what is your next choice from the 80s, 90s, or noughties?
My next song is Boy George, Karma, 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 Chameleon.
Ah, we had somebody pick this a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, really? Why did they pick it?
They picked it because it reminded of them clubbing and stuff like that when they was back in the 80s. Yeah.
It reminded me of my innocence. I was such an innocent. I met my first real boyfriend at 21. Can you believe it? At university. Went there so naive. So this is me in 17, 18, 19, and all my hopes and dreams and doing my little drama stuff and doing my little thing and nothing drama in my life. No breakups, no nothing, just happy little life
Hmm.
and absolutely innocent. Nothing in my life, no relationship, nothing. Absolute happiness. So my third song is Boy George, Karma, Karma, Chameleon.
That was Boy George with Karma Karma Chameleon from Penny's Choice. So, what is your next choice of the evening?
Okay, my next choice is By the Look, I Am the Beat.
Oh, I am the beak, the look. Right, Adam.
I am the beat. Da-na-na. Right, I had to force myself to write the Big Brother book.
Right.
So I made a Spotify
Played it.
song list.
Yeah.
And I would have to sit at my computer, sometimes at 3 a.m. I'd sometimes write from 4 a.m. till 10 at night. I had to try and churn this stuff out with force, and my husband used to edit it and say, you can't just do a page on that. Anyway, so it was very, very, very much a real journey for me. So the only thing that got me through it, apart from the Lord Jesus, sorry to mention the Lord, but my faith was I used to start by putting on I Am the Beat. And somehow that got me going, and I'll start whacking away um on the computer. So my fourth song is I Am the Beat by the Look.
That was I Am the Beat by The Look, another great song from the 80s. What is your next choice?
My next choice is Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Ah, well, another feel.
And since 2020, I've met you, I've done this, I've done that. People come alongside you because what you do, if you give a dream life and you give it your all, and then you step out into it, the right people will find you to help you along your way. almost like angels, like guardian angels. So like you, like Scott, if I hadn't met Scott, I wouldn't have got on TikTok. I wouldn't have been anywhere.
Mm.
So all these people found you, and I think to myself, don't stop believing. So whatever situation you're in now, the right people will come alongside you, um, that will help you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah,
It's amazing. I've got a difficult situation at the moment, but ironically, a friend has come back in my life after 20 years. What happened there? But then they've been through the similar thing. Well, the irony is, hello, mama, they're going to help me. Can't believe it. So you've got the right help. And I think don't stop believing, do the truth, and someone will come alongside you. Don't stop believing that you can get there.
very true.
And so my fifth one is Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
That was Journey and Don't Stop Believing, another fantastic song chosen by our guest this evening, Penny. So, are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Great.
Going all night.
It's
We could do our top. We could do our top 100.
top 100. Now, I said that to somebody the other week. I said, if somebody was to ask me my top favorite songs, there would be
Oh, yeah.
50. There'd be 50 at least. So you've done well to pick 12. So what is
What's
your
your
next?
top favorite?
Oh, now you're asking because I've got that many.
What would you play every day?
I think oh, the Verve Bittersweet Symphony is either in the top
Oh,
three. I really love that song. Uh,
no.
I also love stuff like Electric 80s, sort of Erasure, Depeche Mode.
But what's your song that gets you right in the heart of your soul, of your deep soulness?
Uh, it's hard to say. There's that many.
You know too many. That's the
Yeah.
trouble. Like Mark,
Um,
he's got massive amount.
Annie Lennox. If I'm in a sort of mood
Yeah,
and I just want to chill out,
yeah,
I put either Annie Lennox Diva on or something like that. The
yeah.
whole album is fantastic, or the Medusa album. Uh,
Well, because you know your music
yeah,
so well,
Kate
you're looking
Bush,
at the yeah. See, Kate Bush. Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper, ones like that. Now, if I'm in a more of an upbeat mood, then it's sort of Erasure, Depeche Mode, bit of Madonna, something like that. Oh, sort of 80s stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's not
yeah.
there's nothing much nowadays that really makes me feel like the 80s and 90s music did.
Well, that's why I don't listen to it.
So,
Thank
yeah.
God we can just put on our things that we like.
Hmm. So, what is your next choice for the
Right, my sixth song is Barry Manilow. It's a miracle.
Ah, it's a miracle. My
It's a miracle because Mark walked in to where I was working when I was 43,
Mhm.
and I looked at him and thought, "You, oh, if only I could have a bloke like that." 'Cause I've never had And then he was on a table with his friends, and then a year later he walked in again with that. Do you know that? Flipping heck, I keep forgetting things today. It's sort of a bit of a day. With that, and he hold that sheet up like love only, love
Oh,
actually.
I love actually, yeah.
So he walked into my crowded restaurant. So I was running a restaurant. Everyone thought it was my restaurant, but it wasn't. And he held this sheet up with all that with what she did outside Love Actually,
Yeah.
what he did outside Love Actually to what's her face.
Andrew Lincoln.
Um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, and then went again, and then he came back, and we had our first date, and then we got married for the day that we met.
Wow.
So I just think to myself, it's a miracle. So my sixth song is Barry Manilow, It's a Miracle. And ironically, I play that every night as I get in and the cat comes down. She knows it's time for dinner.
So that was Barry Manilow. It's a miracle. Great song there. What is your next choice from the 90s?
Right, number seven is Living on a Prayer. Bon Jovi. I didn't want to whack a Christian song in here because no one will know what it is.
Mhm.
My prayers mean everything. I pray this big prayer in the morning. Obviously, you and everyone in it, and I see it. I see things happen because of the prayer. So it's like the prayers give me what other people have, like mantras for the day. I shall eat green spirulina. But my prayers give me my strength for the day. Plus, I pray and I know that then that works and I can see it working in people's lives. So prayer to me, I can't phone anyone. I put my coffee on, I put my Christian music on, and I do about an hour and a half of prayers. And that is then my prayers done. And I believe they're going to be answered. And I've seen them answered. And that's me done living on a prayer. So I live on coffee and a prayer before I leave the house.
Sounds good to me.
So it's number 7 is Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi.
That was Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, another great song. In fact, I think one of my favorite ones of Bon Jovi's actually. So, what is your next track of the evening?
Well, number 8 is Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics.
Aha, fantastic. So I mentioned Aesthetics earlier, but I love the Eurythmics as well.
I love the Eurythmics. I don't know if I think I met her actually.
Did you?
Yes, because I was with Nicky Haslam and he took me to all sorts. So I met oh no, I can't remember now. Bob Geldof. Yeah, I met the Eurythmics. I did meet the Eurythmics. I forgot to write that in my book. Yeah, I did meet the Eurythmics. It was
Yeah.
just
They got back together, didn't they, in the early 2000s?
well, I went to some art gallery and I can't believe it. It was like Eurythmics, what's his name? Paul McCartney and whatever I just said, Bob Geldof and someone else really famous. And they looked at me like, who are you? Because obviously I was famous for being absolutely nothing, but then for being really something, which is, I agree. And then he went, she's with me. And I had a right laugh with him all night.
Oh,
Fabulous.
right.
Just remember that. And Mark keeps going, why didn't you put that in your book? There's so many things I keep remembering. Anyway, Sweet Dreams
Yeah.
reminds me of really lovely friendships that I've lost. You know, friends you had at 15, 16,
Yeah.
and you'd go camping with them. And little Janice was like such a, like 3 or 4 year friendship, but deep and talk about absolute rubbish and stuff. And it was lovely. And I think we're such a lovely time. And then I'm like, oh, and it's funny because of socials, I've found 2 or 3 like 45 years later,
Wow.
like Judith, who I knew when I was 11, and now we're best friends again. But others, you think, oh, oh, shouldn't have let you go.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have let you go. So they're in my dreams, but that's all they are because I shouldn't have let them go. Why did I let them go? They were so lovely. So it's Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics.
So that was Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics, another great song. So, what is your next choice for the evening?
Babe, number 9's All Night Long. Now don't go there, be cheeky. Naughty. Lionel Richie. I haven't got it in me at 58. That reminds me, you have to go to schools. On the way to my
Right.
supply teaching, I would put that on and be filled with dread, anxiety, and despair. But in all honesty, it's quite a healing song now because I listen to it, I realise, do you know what? Once something's over, you've got to let it go.
Yeah.
Because it took me 5. Mark said to me, why are you still panicking? It was like 5 or 6 months after teaching. I said, and he went, stop it. And I thought, you know what? So now when I listen to it, I think, thank God that's over.
Hmm.
You know, no more post-traumatic stress. All night long, that's over. Let's give it a different definition.
Yeah.
So that's All Night Long by Lionel Richie.
Fantastic. That was All Night Long by Lionel Richie, chosen by our guest today, Penny Ellis. So, what is your next choice?
Oh, well, number 10 is Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh,
Good old Richie. And I bought his 50th album. I think
did
he
you?
became a Christian. It's really deep.
Really?
Really, I actually only listened to it twice. It's really dark, but
Really?
it's full of like profound, soul searching stuff. And I thought every time I look at Mark, I think, thank God, you know, everyone wants a good one, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I've only had bad eggs. And this one is absolutely solid as a rock, like you name it, hysterical, completely accepting, absolutely non-judgmental, completely embracing, completely welcoming, completely sweet, absolutely generous and loving. No weirdo-ness. You know what I mean? And I look at him, I go, thank God you found me. Because we all need one of those. And I've got loads of my girls at school and all sorts of people, you know, that have gone through difficulties. And I think, and I have myself, and I look at Mark, completely normal person who, and if you met him, he one of those people that would give you the world and you'd leave, with ruby slippers on, you know what I mean?
Oh,
What a joy. And it humbles me. And when we had the building work done, the builders that lived here with us for a year and a half literally lived with us. And they went, you just say yes to everything. So Mark goes, oh, I think, what should we do that? I go, yeah, I say yes. I'm like, yes, I just say yes. And he's like, really, and everything that I go through, he knows exactly the right thing. And I can't believe I've met a lifeline. It's like falling off the Titanic and grabbing the lifeline of, I don't know, the rope of heaven. I look at him and go, never give you up. So Never Give You Up by, what's his face?
Rick Astley.
Rick Astley. That's devoted to my Marky Mark.
So that,
What fella.
so that was Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. What is your next choice of the evening?
Oh, my next choice has to be Fame. I'm going to live forever, Irene Cara.
Cara, yeah.
And you know the weirdest thing? I was massive doing theatre stuff. I was in loads of theatre things in Tunbridge Wells. And I remember, not that you may, I don't know if this is interesting. I remember sitting in Upper Grosvenor Road at an after party after, I don't know, Fiddler on the Roof. And I turned to this woman because I've had revelations through my life. Like, you get like instincts and stuff. And I just said to her, I'm going to be really famous one day for absolutely nothing, for not very long,
All
and
right.
it's teach me quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she went, oh, don't be so ridiculous. And I can still see what I was wearing, exactly where I was and who I was talking to.
Wow.
So that came true because I do have these moments where I do suddenly have this sense of,
Like,
it's like with what I'm going through at the moment. I think, the revelation, I do get revelations of things. I'm not being weird. And I think, right, that's what's going to happen. And then I know, then I'm prepared. I think God gives me that. And then I know I'm prepared for it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Mm.
So I know exactly what I'm going to go through in this. I'm in a bit of a season at the moment. I know I'm going to go through and it's going to freak a lot of people out, but I know what I'm going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I'm all right. And they're going to be like, why are you so happy? Do you get like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you've
Do you
got,
get those moments?
yeah.
So, but I had that there, and then that came true with Big Brother. So I always think, whenever I listen to that song, I think, oh, that is what happened.
Yeah.
So it's Fame, Irene Cara. Yeah, I'm gonna live forever.
That was Fame by Irene Cara. Right. We're on to your 12th and final song now.
Well, I think the main thing on the 12th song is Nothing Changes If Nothing Changes. So it's We Don't Talk Anymore by Cliff Richard.
Right. Yeah.
And I hope he's 80s, I'm not sure. And I think Get Rid of Toxic Friends. And the great thing about that in 2020 was I was interviewed by the premier Christian magazine, and he was centre page, and I was before the centre page. So my face was on his bumhole, and my interview was on the page before him. So it's supposed to be a joke, doesn't matter. And basically, I think to myself, it's words are very, very important. I've learned that.
Yeah.
So words you say, and wise as a serpent, tender as a dove. Words you say, but we don't talk anymore. And I have got rid of lots of things since 2020. And by doing that, I'd encourage anyone. By doing that, I've found my true self. So do not feel bad about dropping something and not talking anymore, because in all honesty, it wasn't worth it.
True.
So don't talk anymore by Cliff Richard.
Brilliant. So before we play out with this song and the final song of the evening, anything else you would like to add before we go?
Just say how wonderful you are.
Thank you.
I'd like, no, you are genuine person, which is very rare in this world. Your podcasts are brilliant. I haven't said which ones I've watched and stuff. You're genuine, really insightful, really brilliant atmosphere. And in all honesty, I just say to you, just go with all your dreams. And I hope everyone who knows you or watches or listens or whatever they do, lots of encouragement, and that you just develop in all your skills. and just carry on believing in who you are and being the best of yourself. And it's been a real honour and a real privilege, A, to be on your podcast. It's been a real privilege. And B, it's been even more surprising and a great honour to be known as hopefully one of your friends.
I'm just speechless. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's really nice.
No, you mean a lot to me. And you don't let people in your life when you get to 58. But I really do treasure you. I think you're an absolutely lovely. And I hope we're best friends forever and maybe talk a bit more, but it doesn't matter. We're busy. But I just want to say I think you're amazing. And I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. And I'm very, very honoured.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us today. So we're going to play out with this final song, Cliff Richard, We Don't Talk Anymore.
Tune in now, hey, don't you know? It's anything goes with Richard C.W. Mason Show. Talking about life.